what's going on everyone? It's Kitten of Doom, and today I wanted to update my guide for my hunter builds and best season 4 hunter builds, just because the last guide I made was before they removed Hasten Fatalis, and obviously that is removed from the game, so we're gonna need an updated guide. So hopefully this is going to help out new players or even players who've been wanting to play carry in Conquest. And let's get right into it. This is gonna be pretty detailed in my opinion, kind of just going over starter items and a bunch of other things, so hopefully this helps you guys out. Okay, first off, we're gonna start with hunter starts in Conquest. Obviously in Conquest you start off at level 1 with 1500 gold, so for your start you're going to want to start Bumpa's Mask and either Bluestone Pendant or Death's Toll. The reason why you want to go Bumpa's Mask is because you're going to be soloing camps by yourself, and at the beginning you're going to be pretty much tanking the camps with your guardian, or sometimes your guardian is going to start in the mid lane, so you will be soloing the camp by yourself. You definitely need the sustain from the camp in order to kill it and to be okay in your lane. And I'm gonna go over what hunters work best with Bluestone or Death's Toll. So it typically just depends on each hunter. First, let's go over hunters that benefit best from Bluestone in my opinion, and these gods are AMC, Cernunnos, Chiron, Cupid, Hachiman, Hou-Yi, Medusa, Neith, Skadi, Ullr, and Xbalanque. All of these gods benefit from Bluestone because of different reasons. AMC has amazing clear and with Bluestone, and he can even get more ticks off on the wave and the enemy hunter, so he can have extreme poke potential with Bluestone. Every hunter can work well with Death's Toll as well, but I'm gonna just be explaining why Bluestone might be better. In my opinion, Bluestone's better for all of these gods that I'm showing right now. Cernunnos and Bluestone I like a lot because his clear isn't too great without it. I've tried it with Death's Toll. I've tried it with Bluestone and I like it a lot more in my opinion, and it definitely helps poke out the enemy hunter. Chiron is a great hunter for Bluestone. He, in my opinion, definitely needs it because his level 1 clear isn't the best, but once you get him to level 2 and you get your masterful shot, you should be clearing the lane pretty fast, so definitely pick up Bluestone on him. Same with Cupid. Cupid has horrible clear at the beginning of the game, and Bluestone helps his clear out a lot. Same with Hachiman. Hachiman's clear, let's just face it, is not good at all, just like Cupid and Chiron, so I think Hachiman definitely needs Bluestone. Hou-Yi is another god that can either work well with Death's Toll or Bluestone. Typically I've found that Hou-Yi's clear isn't too great, so that's why I like picking up Bluestone, but if you can get those double bounces on the minion waves and you guys are like Hou-Yi mains, then go ahead and pick up Death's Toll. Medusa is the primary example of Bluestone on hunters. Like, her wave clear is really great with Bluestone, and you pretty much never want to be building Death's Toll on her because she needs it for lane clear. Neith obviously doesn't need Death's Toll because she has a heal in her kit. Bluestone procs on all of her abilities, so it just makes sense. Skadi's another great one. Bluestone procs on her 1 and her 3, so she clears pretty fast with it. And Ullr, another prime example of a Bluestone Pendant Warrior. He has Bluestone proccing on his abilities a lot as well, and same with Xbalanque. He has troubles clearing the lane, so pick up Bluestone on him. Alright, next up we have Death's Toll hunters, and these are obviously hunters I think benefit most from Death's Toll, and pretty much you want to be building Death's Toll on auto attack based hunters. So hunters that are great for it are Anhur, Artemis, like I mentioned before, Hou-Yi can do it, Izanami, Rama, Jingwei, AMC, and Apollo. And these guys you want to be building Death's Toll because Bluestone can't really proc on too many of their abilities too great. Anhur pretty much just has his 2 and then auto attack in the lane. Same with Artemis, she can work great with Death's Toll because she has a little bit of mana problems. Izanami, never build a Bluestone on Izanami, just doesn't make any sense. She has amazing wave clear just with her auto attacks, and Death's Toll helps increase that even more. She can have great sustain with it. Rama is just like Izanami. Bluestone doesn't like proc on anything on him, so you never want to be building Bluestone on him. Jingwei, never build Bluestone. She can do pretty well. She struggles in the early game, but once you get a couple points into her one, she can handle herself pretty well. AMC, like we talked before, can benefit from either, and obviously Apollo, just because of his passive, works great with Dust Toll instead of Bluestone. Okay, and for relic choices, you obviously want to go Purification Beads and Aegis. The carry's job is to stay alive and do as much damage as possible, so those are the only relics that really make sense for a carry. And along with your starting build, you can get health pots and mana pots, and you will have enough gold to buy 2 of each if you go Bumbas and a starter item. And the reason why you want to buy pots is just so that you can stay in lane longer, so that on your first back you can buy full boots. So pots are important if you, just in case you get out pressured and poked in your lane. It just helps you stay alive. First build we're going to be going into is a triple crit build, and crit is actually back in the meta right now as well as lifesteal. So first build is Ninja Tabi, Devourer's Gauntlet, Executioner, Poison Star, Rage, and Deathbringer. And if you don't want to go triple crit, you can always throw in like an Odysseus bow in place of one of the crit items, just to get more attack speed if you wanted to. And Ninja Tabi, you always want to be building on the Death's Toll gods. So you're going to be wanting to build Ninja Tabi, especially when you're building crit, and on auto attack based gods like Anhur, Artemis, Hou-Yi, Izanami, Rama, Jingwei, AMC, and Apollo. And Devourer's Gauntlets just helps you stay in lane longer. Like if you're poked out, you can go heal off of the buff camps or even the minion wave. Devourer's Gauntlets are great for hunters to solo Gold Fury or Portal Demon. It's really great when your team can distract the enemy team while you're soloing Gold Fury, so you can get that really big objective for your team. I've done it plenty of times, and it's super fun to kind of trick them into not knowing that you're doing it by yourself. Executioner is a staple in every hunter build right now. It's just so good. Great attack speed, has great penetration, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be building it in penetration builds or crit builds. Poison Star is actually really great right now. They buffed it. I believe they buffed the crit chance of it. So either that or Wind Demon, whichever you prefer. I kind of like the passive on Poison Star, which helps slow the enemy god. So it's all up to you. I really love Rage just for its extra crit chance when you get all 5 stacks. And obviously Deathbringer, you're going to want to build in every crit build just because of the extra crit chance it gives you. I wanted to also mention crit can be pretty much beneficial on every hunter. The only hunters I don't like building crit on is Skadi, Chiron, and Cupid, just because I think they're super ability based. Even Ullr probably wouldn't prefer building crit on him either. Everyone else is pretty much free reign. The only reason I don't like building it crit on those gods is because their abilities hit super hard with penetration. Going into build number 2, which is more of a penetration focused build. And with penetration builds, you always want to be going Warrior Tabi, and obviously gods whose abilities hit harder benefit more from Warrior Tabi. And next up, you're going to want to build Transcendence into Aussie, Executioner, Kin Size, and Odysseus Bow. Transcendence is amazing on ability-based hunters, makes their abilities hit super hard. You're going to have almost infinite mana to keep casting your abilities all the time, and it's a great power spike early game. I like building Aussie because you're going to always want to build lifesteal somewhere in your build, because pretty much every hunter right now is building lifesteal, so you're not going to be able to box them as efficiently if you don't have lifesteal. Aussie is great. It gives penetration and 20% lifesteal. I think in penetration builds, Aussie is a great pickup. And Executioner is great, like we said before. Kin size is amazing, gives you more attack speed and helps shred tanky targets like Guardians and Warriors. I like finishing up penetration builds with Odysseus Bow because Odysseus Bow, the passive procs on Odysseus Bow actually increase when you're building penetration like builds. And late game you're going to want to sell your Aussie for Bloodforge just because Aussie isn't too great. Late game Aussie is a tier 2, or some people have even been doing double lifesteal. So it's all up to you. I would probably just prefer to sell Aussie for Bloodforge. Bloodforge has a ton of power packed onto it, and late game you're going to be mostly team fighting anyway. So Bloodforge will give you an extra advantage once you've killed an enemy god because it gives you that shield. And pick up Brawler's Beatstick if they have healers on the other team. Just switch that out. And if you didn't want to build Odysseus Bow, you can go ahead and build Titan's Bane in its place. You're just going to be losing a lot of attack speed, but you're going to be hitting really hard, and your objective shred is going to be amazing. And last and final build I wanted to share was another super penetration build, and it is Warrior Tabby, Transcendence, Aussie, Crusher, Titan's Bane, and Odysseus Bow. This particular build I love building on Scotty, Chiron, and Cupid. Neith can even benefit really well from it as well. I mostly like it on those 3 gods because their abilities hit super hard with penetration, and I really love Crusher on those gods because Crusher gives some attack speed, penetration, and it gives cooldown as well as your basic attacks hit the enemy god. Titan's Bane for the structure damage so that you can kill towers, phoenixes, Full Fury Fire Giant, and Odysseus Bow. Just like before, I like finishing it off with that, the great attack speed and the amazing passive on Odysseus Bow. And same reasons as before as to build Brawler's Beatstick in that place. I hope this guide has helped those of you who are a little bit confused on hunter builds right now. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. If this has helped you at all, leave a like, comment, or subscribe. It would really help me out. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. They're super close. I'm super excited for it, and I really do appreciate all of you who watch and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!